they also talked to Engadget about some headsets that they're working on for the future. And this was under the codename of Project Proton. So we've got kind of two headsets that they kind of showed models of, and we got some kind of very vague information about them. So we don't have any official specs. So this is just information that HTC provided to Engadget. So the first headset out of the two designs is referred to as an all-in-one headset, and it very much looks like a standalone headset, which I guess would have PC connectivity as a feature, just like the Oculus Quest with Oculus Link. So think of it as like a kind of a headset that does both, a bit like Quest. So this model, it looks like it kind of has a battery pack or maybe like the processing unit at the back of the headset where the adjustment dial is on the head strap. And I guess this is kind of, they've been listening to the community feedback in relation to Quest in that it's quite front heavy, and they wanted to design a headset that's kind of more balanced out in terms of weight, which I think is a smart move, and I actually like the design concept of this. What do you guys think?
It's very similar to the HoloLens 2.
Yes, you're right.
Especially the back, it's very much the same.
Yeah, I would agree with Nate. It looks like a direct design lift from HoloLens.
I do think comfort-wise, HTC is able to pull it off. I think that most of the headsets they made, comfort-wise, were always, good in that sense. So I'm not that, considered about that.
Yeah.
To be honest, Quest, really needs a competitor.
It does, 100%, yeah.
Competition is critical to also put pressure on Facebook to keep pushing boundaries with the Quest headset or with Quest 2 or whatever might come next from them. So if this is a Quest competitor, but highly competitive from a price standpoint or from a comfort standpoint or even from a performance standpoint, that would be amazing.
Yes.
And the winners would be all players out there.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I totally agree. And I would welcome, them, anyone out there to compete with Quest and bring a viable competitor to the market 100%. Yeah. And let's hope with this model that it is HTC. The model that we've seen also shows kind of a sleek built-in audio solution with these kind of drop-down sections by your ears. Looks really nice and discreet. I really like the look of it.
It's what caught my eyes as well. Just because, again, and I would equate that back to the soundbar on the on the Oculus Go. How impressed I was when I first put that on and was like, wow, they got that much quality out of this. So I really think that a decent and consumer acceptable audio solution is possible in that form factor. So what wasn't clear from the image was whether or not they would fold up to the strap and then kind of come down again. I suspect so.
I guess so. Yeah, I think so. So that was the first model, which we all are assuming at this point that it's going to be a standalone headset. The second model is referred to as an all-in-two headset, which is kind of an unusual term. And this one, it doesn't have a full head strap, and instead it kind of looks like an oversized pair of glasses in that it's got like these kind of arms that rest over your ears, just like a normal pair of glasses would, although be it a lot bigger. And that's kind of the way of describing it for the audio listeners.
Willy Wonka approves.
Exactly.
I honestly think this is a headset you have to see to understand it, but it looks like it could come with a fair amount of discomfort. I'd love to put it on to understand how it's hugging my head.
You're right, because all the weight is going to either be resting on your nose or tops of your ears.
I'm thinking it's got to be quite rigid. In other words, the arms that go, like you said, the kind of fat glasses bands that wrap around the back kind of towards the rear of your skull, that needs to be quite firm and in place. And if it is, then the ratcheting in, if that's at all possible here, I guess not. I mean, if they're holding enough, it doesn't have to wrap the whole way around the back of your head. But if they're holding enough, then you can still have the headset kind of pulling into your head. But how it's going to get that grip, unless those are really rigid and almost immobile, like they're made of steel or something.
It's for people with strong ears.
I don't know. Plastic is going to do that?
You mentioned earlier that I'm a huge He-Man fanatic, and that's very much true. And the reason I'm saying that is there's a bad guy, or he's actually a good guy. Sorry, he's a good guy. Looks like a bad guy. Character called Buzz-Off.
Buzz-Off.
Yeah, with two sets. Buzz-Off, and he's like this beach character. Yeah, if you look him up, when he puts his glasses on top of his eyes, That's relatively much like, I think, what the headset will look
so
like.
that's
Really?
where it came from.
That's the reference.
Wait,
yeah,
this means that there's a new movie coming about He-Man.
There should be a VR
This
game.
is like they're working on merchandise.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
That's where they got it from.
There's a Netflix TV series coming out, so maybe there's some kind of co-promotion happening. I don't know.
Instantly triggered there.
Myself.
But the thing with this device is that it does seem, unlike the first headset, which looked standalone because it didn't have any wires shown in the picture, this does have a wire attached to it. And this kind of rumor is that it's going to be powered by an external device, and that be like with actual electricity power and both processing power as well. So it's going to kind of be a bare bones headset, but with the ability to be able to connect it to either a PC or a mobile device for power and processing.
Feels like they're filling in the gaps with these. So you said this is Project Proton, right? Was the name? And
yes.
That's bridging both of these products?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, again, it just feels like they're kind of looking at the grid of product capabilities and going, where can we jump in? And they're kind of answering that, tetherable, lightweight PC or mobile tether headset. And then maybe Quest competitor, but I like the look of both of them, to be honest. It's the first thing out of Vive since the original Vive that's got me a little bit excited. And now this is just concept, I suppose, at the moment. How far did they go with Engadget in their interview?
This is the thing, it is very basic concept stage right now. They do hint at the fact that both headsets will use front-facing inside-out tracking cameras for pass-through and tracking, and they're kind of hidden behind those kind of like front glass plates, and also are rumored to support 5G connectivity. Obviously 5G is the big buzzword, which gets tied to VR a lot just recently as well. So 5G connectivity, whether that will mean edge, cloud-based computing, I highly doubt it, because when you look at what Stadia are doing and Nvidia are doing with edge-based computing power, it's so hard, and they're just pushing like 1080p at 60 frames maximum, whereas pushing VR headset resolutions at 90 hertz, and if you dip below that, it then becomes uncomfortable to the point it could make someone sick, or that's very, very hard.
I mean, it's very possible Oculus could snap back and re-release the DK1 wireless Stadia-powered headset. No, I'm just.
I don't see why we're still talking about 5G. When I was at DPVR's office, they were already working on their 6G stuff.
Let's just make 8G then. Let's make it better.
Yeah. Just flick the light switch for it.
Let's start with 12 then. To have a head start.
And although I do think these concepts are very interesting, and I do like the design, and I would like competition with the Quest from HTC